Using the motivational interviewing techniques at first was a little bit difficult to learn and to make sure to use them on these older students. However, as time went on and I was able to practice it more and more, it got easier, and I was able to use it in a better way and become more comfortable with it.
What I realized is it's not necessarily just a technique. You don't have to do it one way. You don't have to do it another way. What's important is the style and incorporating that sense of style and that type of, the type of question into your own personal questioning and probing sessions.
The 24-hour question was something I used a lot on students because, after you had a successful interaction with them and, help them, whatever it is, whether it's to write a resume or find a new internship that they're looking for, to make sure to ask them what that next step is really gets them to think a little bit more about, oh, okay, so what do I need to do in this next 24 hours to keep moving forward and continue making a positive effect.
For me personally, I use a lot more career coaching techniques. Basically, because in my sense, I'm a peer, I'm a student first. So to me, the word advice is something that's given for students from that, like if someone was like 5-10 years older than I was giving me advice. But for me, I'm a student, so I'm talking to other students. So we're, sort of just coaching, helping each other along. So taking the essence of that question, blending them together to be able to really gauge how can I help you right now, today? And what is the next step you can do tomorrow, in a week? And then maybe, look forward in the future, 1 year from now, if you're a second year, where are you supposed to be?
One student I remember in particular was pretty challenging. She came in and she was trying to apply to biotech companies. And so she had a resume that she wanted me to take a look at. And one thing I do remember when I was talking to her the first time I saw her was she was very nervous because she wanted to make sure to get her resume in very fast. It was very deadline specific. When I was telling her, okay, I think it looks great, you can submit it, she then, started to say, actually, I think, should I write a cover letter? So then I asked her, does the application ask for a cover letter? And she said, no, it doesn't. So then in my head, I'm thinking, why is she, not submitting it when it's already looked at so many times? It's good that she should turn it in. And it made me just think, there must be something holding her back. So I just mentioned to her, I said, it seems to me that, you have a really great resume here and you're kind of making excuses by trying to find other things you need to do without turning it in. She realized it herself too in that moment. On her face, she just kind of had a thought of, she was reflecting and she noticed, she said, you know what, yeah, I think I'm just honestly just too nervous to turn it in. It just kind of shows that me being able to kind of detect that hesitation in her helped her realize it herself as well and finally take those steps to submit her resume.
A lot of times most of the students I help, it's just that they're stressed with midterms, with finals. Like, I go through them at the same time. So from a student perspective, it's really relatable and really understandable. And because of that, being able to relieve some sort of stress, I went through the job internship search myself. And to be able to have that relatability, because I didn't do it 5-10 years ago, I'm doing it right now. I did it, a year ago. And to have that relatability, I understand the stress that they're going through and the sense of, okay, it's gonna be okay. I can move forward. There are choices for me, and that sense of relief and I guess in a sense elation in some cases is how you can really tell is when you've made a difference in a student.